Hello everyone, welcome to Prelims Warm Up. This initiative has been brought to you by Aptitude Academy for Civil Services. My name is Shaik Datta. I am the faculty for Geography and Environment at Aptitude Academy for Civil Services. So let's look at the first question for today. The first question has been taken from UPSC Prelims 2017. The first question is with reference to the Indian Ocean Dipole, sometimes mentioned in the news while forecasting Indian monsoon, which of the following statements is or are correct? Okay, with reference to the Indian Ocean Dipole, which is sometimes mentioned in the news while forecasting the Indian monsoon, which of the following statements is or are correct? First statement is IOD, or the Indian Ocean Dipole phenomena, is characterized by a difference in sea surface temperature between tropical Western Indian Ocean and the tropical Eastern Pacific Ocean. Second statement is an IOD phenomena can influence an El Nino's impact on the monsoon. An IOD phenomena can influence an El Nino's impact on the monsoon. So let us see the right answer for this. Right answer is B, that is 2. That is IOD phenomena, it can influence El Nino's impact on the monsoon. So let's see the explanation for this. First statement is not correct because the Indian Ocean Dipole, it is an irregular oscillation of sea surface temperature in which the Western Indian Ocean becomes alternatively warmer and then colder than the eastern part of the ocean. Okay, so the Indian Dipole, it is an irregular oscillation of sea surface temperature in which we get to see that the Western Indian Ocean, it becomes alternately warmer and then again it becomes colder than the eastern part of the ocean. So basically over here we are looking at the area near the African coast and the area near the Sumatran coast. Okay, mainly the Madagascar coast and the Sumatran coast. These two areas are taken into account to understand whether the Indian Ocean Dipole is a positive, is in the positive phase or it is in the negative phase. Let's say if the sea surface temperature of the Indian Ocean near the African coast is higher than the sea surface temperature of the Indian Ocean near the Sumatran coast, in that case we'll say that the Indian Ocean Dipole is in the positive phase. If the opposite happens, then it becomes negative. A positive Indian Ocean Dipole is actually beneficial for Indian monsoon, whereas a negative Indian Ocean Dipole will result in deficient amount of rainfall taking place during the southwest monsoon. Coming to the second phase, the second statement was asking an IOD phenomena can influence an El Nino's impact on the monsoon. So IOD, or the Indian Ocean Dipole, can either aggravate or it can weaken the impact of El Nino on the Indian monsoon. If there is a positive IOD, it can bring good amount of rainfall to India despite of it being an El Nino year. So yes, it will have some amount of impact or influence on El Nino's impact on the monsoon. Coming to the second question that we have, and this is with regards to 2017 prelims. If you want to see gharials in their natural habitat, which one of the following is the best place to visit? A. Bhitarkanika mangroves, B. Chambal River, C. Pulikat Lake, and D. Deep Bore Beel. Okay, Bhitarkanika mangroves, B. Chambal River, C. Pulikat Lake, and D. Deep Bore Beel. So gharials and the gharial sanctuary, if we get to see, then it is present in the Chambal River. That is 2B should be the right answer. So the National Chambal Sanctuary, also called as the National Chambal Gharial Wildlife Sanctuary, National Chambal Gharial Wildlife Sanctuary, it is a tri-state protected area. So there are 3 states involved over here: Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan. Okay, so National Chambal Gharial Sanctuary or Wildlife Sanctuary, it is lying at the junction of these 3 states, that is Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. It is present in northern India. It is known for the critically endangered gharial, which are like small fish-eating crocodiles, and we also have a red-crowned roof turtle, plus there is also the endangered Gangetic river dolphin. Gangetic river dolphin, it is India's national aquatic animal. So it is, if you want to see gharials, the best place to see it is the National Gharial Chambal Wildlife Sanctuary. Coming to the third statement, which has also been taken from UPSC 2017, this was with regards to a current affair. Consider the following in respect of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. First is inaugural Indian Ocean Naval Symposium was held in India in 2015 under the chairmanship of the Indian Navy. The very first Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, it was held in India in 2015 under the chairmanship of the Indian Navy. Second statement is Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. It is a voluntary initiative that seeks to increase maritime cooperation among navies of the littoral states of the Indian Ocean region. So, Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, it is a voluntary initiative which seeks to increase maritime cooperation among the navies which lie in the countries which border the Indian Ocean region. So, let's see which is the right answer. So, 3B is the right answer. That is Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. It's a voluntary initiative that seeks to increase the maritime cooperation among those navies of the neutral states of the Indian Ocean region. Coming to the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, it is a voluntary initiative that seeks to increase maritime cooperation among the navies of the littoral states of the Indian Ocean region by providing an open and inclusive forum for discussion of regionally relevant maritime issues. There are 35 members, which are the navies of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, which have been geographically grouped into the following four regions or following four subregions. Okay, so there are 35 members, which are navies or member navies of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, which have been geographically grouped into the following four subgroups. Which are the subgroups? We have the South Asian littorals, basically the navies of those countries which lie in South Asia. We also have the West Asian littorals, and then we have the East African littorals, the Southeast Asian, and the Australian littorals as well. So these are the four subgroups which are there: South Asian littorals, West Asian littorals, East African littorals, and you also have the Southeast Asian and the Australian littorals. The inaugural Indian Ocean Naval Symposium 2008 was held in New Delhi, India on 14th of February 2008. Okay, so here it was said that the inaugural Indian Ocean Naval Symposium was held in 2015. So that is incorrect because the inaugural Indian Ocean Naval Symposium, it was held in 2008 in New Delhi, and on 14th of February 2008. The CNS, or the Chief of the Naval Staff of Indian Navy, was designated as the chairman of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium for the period 2008 all the way up to 2010. The theme, if we see, of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium 2008, the theme was Contemporary Transnational Challenges, International Maritime Connectivities. Contemporary Transnational Challenges, International Maritime Connectivities. So that was the theme of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium 2008, which was the first one to be held and was held in New Delhi, which was the chairman of the Indian Ocean Naval Symposium. It was the Chief of Naval Staff of the Indian Navy. Okay, so the first statement is incorrect. The second statement is correct. Moving on to the fourth question. This question is from Art and Culture, and this question has also been taken from UPSC Prelims 2017. The painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani. The painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani is one of the most famous and often illustrated paintings at A. Ajanta, B. Badami, C. Bagh, and D. Ellora. So the painting of the Bodhisattva Padmapani, it is one of the most famous and often illustrated painting. Where is it located? A. Ajanta, B. Badami, C. Bagh, and D. Ellora. So Bodhisattva Padmapani is present at A, that is Ajanta. Bodhisattva Padmapani, it is present. It is one of the most often illustrated painting that we get to see, and it is present at Ajanta. And regarding this Bodhisattva Padmapani painting, the painting is on the back wall of the interior hall before the shrine antechamber in cave number 1 at Ajanta. Okay, it is on the back wall of the interior hall before the shrine antechamber in cave number 1 at Ajanta, and it dates back to the late 5th century CE. The Bodhisattva is holding a Padma, that is lotus, and has large shoulders and has 3 bends in the body, creating a movement in the picture space. The modeling is soft. The figure of the Bodhisattva is wearing a big crown in which detailed rendering is visible. Okay. The painting is on the back wall of the interior hall before the shrine antechamber in cave number 1 at Ajanta. It dates back to the late 5th century CE. The Bodhisattva is holding a Padma, has large shoulders, and has 3 bends in the body, which creates a movement in the picture space. The modeling is soft. And the figure of the Bodhisattva is wearing a big crown in which detailed rendering is visible. Okay, so Bodhisattva Padmapani, the painting of Bodhisattva Padmapani is present in the Ajanta cave number 1. Moving on to the last question for today, and this again is a question which has been taken from Art and Culture. This is from UPSC Prelims 2017. So on one column we have the various traditions which are there, and in the other column we have the communities with which these traditions are linked. So there are two columns. In one of the columns we have the various traditions practiced by various communities. So that is present in one column, and in the other column we have the various communities. Okay. So let us see the traditions. For example, the first tradition which has been mentioned, it is Chaliha Sahib Festival. Chaliha Sahib Festival, and the community mapped against it is the Sindhis. Second is Nanda Raj Jat Yatra. Nanda Raj Jat Yatra, and the community mapped against it is the Gonds. The third tradition which is there, it is Wari Warkari, and the community which has been mapped against it are the Santals. So there are two columns. On one column we have the traditions, and in the other column we have the various communities. And you have the traditions mapped against the various communities. So for example, one of the columns, one of the tradition which is there, that is Chaliha Sahib Festival, and against it you have the community Sindhis. The second tradition that we have is Nanda Raj Jat Yatra, and against it you have the Gons community. And you have the Wadi Warkari tradition, and against it you have the Santhal community. And you've been asked to find out which out of these pairs have been correctly mapped to one another. The right answer is A, that is only one only. That is the Chaliha Sahib festival. It is a festival, or it is a traditional festival of the Sindhi community. So let us have a look. So pair number one is correctly matched. That is the Chaliha Sahib festival. It is the festival of the Sindhis, which involves devotees fasting for days. So devotees, they are supposed to fast for days, and Chaliha Sahib festival, it is a festival of the Sindhi community. Coming to the second festival that we have, that is Nanda Raj Jat Yatra. The Nanda Raj Jat Yatra, we get to see the Nanda Devi Jat. It is celebrated every year in the Nanda Devi temples, which are spread across the Garhwal and the Kumaon. So mainly in Uttarakhand, the Nanda Devi Jat is celebrated every year in the Nanda Devi temples, which are spread across Garhwal and Kumaon. The festival commences on the day which is earmarked for the Devi's visit to her Maiti or the parents' home, and it culminates with the return to her husband's home. This tradition is beautifully expressed in the folk songs of Uttarakhand. Okay, so Nanda Devi Jat, Nanda Raj Jat Yatra, Nanda Raj Jat Yatra. So that is not for the Gond community, but rather we get to see the Nanda Devi Jat. It is celebrated every year in the Nanda Devi temples spread across Garhwal and Kumaon. The festival commences on the day which is earmarked for the Devi's visit to her parents' home, and finally it concludes on that day when she is supposed to return back to her husband's home. Now, this tradition, it has been beautifully expressed in the folk songs of Uttarakhand. So it's not Gond, it is the Uttarakhand community. Finally, coming to the third pair that we have, the Wadi Warkari against the Santals. So we get to see again, this is not properly matched because the Pandharpur Wadi or Wadi Wari is an annual pilgrimage to Pandharpur. Okay. Pandharpur Wadi, or the Wadi, also sometimes referred to as Wadi, it is an annual pilgrimage to Pandharpur, which is the seat of the god Vithoba in Maharashtra. It is in honor of the deity, that is the seat of the god Vithoba. Palaki is carrying the Paduka, that is the footprints of the various saints. Most notably, Daneshwar and Tukaram from the Warkari sect are taken from the respective shrines to Pandharpur. So when it comes to Wari Warkari, it is a festival which is celebrated not by the Santhal community, but rather by the Marathis in Maharashtra. So Pandharpur Wari or Wadi, it is an annual pilgrimage to Pandharpur. So over here you have Wadi Warkari. What is that? That is an annual pilgrimage to Pandharpur. Sometimes it is also referred to as Pandharpur Wadi. So it is an annual pilgrimage to Pandharpur, and this Pandharpur area, it is the seat of the god Vithoba, and this is undertaken in Maharashtra in honor of the deity Vithoba. Palaki is carrying the Paduka, that is footprint of the various saints, most notably Daneshwar and Tukaram from the Warkari sect. They are taken from the respective shrines to Pandharpur. Okay, so with this we come to the end of today's episode of the prelims warm up, and I hope you have liked today's episode. Please let us know in the comment section. Also, please like and share this video with your friends who are also preparing for UPSC. At the same time, please also like and subscribe to Aptitude Academy for Civil Services YouTube channel for more such informative videos. We'll be back again with a set of new questions. Till then, stay safe and take care. Thank you so much.